Hey! Sorry, I've been having video problems. For some reason it doesn't want to record the game. Hey! Been a while. I'm playing a little Runescape, Chronicles, just because my mouse wheel is broken, so I took it out, and I'm going to try to fix it, but I want to play some video games first, and I decided I was going to show people a video of how this game works. I'm doing their dungeoneering, which is essentially a draft, and you draft a 30-card deck, go into the dungeon, fight other people. The further you go, the more rewards you get. And I'll try to explain the game along the way. It's a cool card. And that's a cool card. So basically, you are going to play against another player, and you have to feed your hero different challenges in order for them to get rewards. So you have them fight an enemy, that's their attack and their health, and whenever you beat them, you get the rewards on the bottom. So if I fight her and kill her, then the next ship that I have, and that's a card type, like this is ally, and that's potion, and that's equipment. If I have a ship, then she'll take 4 off the cost for it. Cost for a card is up here in the corner for the blue ones. So, I'm going to take her because I'll most likely get a ship. She's also 2 gold and 3 health, so in the early game she'll die pretty quick. And it's kind of hard. I'm playing a character that uses lots of weapons, so you'll see a little sword thing with a number. That's the attack it gives, and that's its durability. Whenever you use a weapon, it takes 1 durability off, and there's certain modifiers for durability in the game. You start out with 2 base attack, and there's a lot of things that will increase your base attack from there. I think I will take this just in case I play against a deck that removes my base attack, and then I'll be able to get that. Or if there's a card I get where I remove a base attack to get some nice benefit, I'll have a use for that. Rance is a good card, I'll take that. 5 weapon attack. You know, I'll just get another one of those. It's a good card. Right now, I'm very gold heavy, so I need to start doing that. There's a ship. It's a good ship. These are some good cards here, but I think I'm going to have to go with these 2. I'll try to go quickly through this so I can jump into a game, but this is honestly more fun than anything else in the game, because when you do the draft games, you get to choose from the entire library of cards, even though they come in 5-card packs and you choose 2 of each. It gives you a chance to play with some really rare cards, even though you don't get to keep them afterwards. So it can be a lot more fun. It's random, but it can be fun. Well, I don't have any healing, so I kind of want to get the double health thing and this. That rapier isn't bad, but I'm already gold heavy, so let's go like that. Ooh, this card's amazing. I don't think I need to have a 3rd longsword. Hopefully not. Let's just get this card. He adds a health and 3 attack to the enemy creature, and that's usually a huge play, because if they're fighting, say, like a big monster like this, and they expect it to take like 2 attacks to kill it, they'll attack it, it will attack back for 7 damage, and then they'll kill it off. But if I add on just enough health where it takes another hit, then not only are they going to get hit again, but both times it's going to be with 3 more attack. So instead of taking 7 damage, they end up taking 20 damage, and you only have 30 health. So cards like that, even though they have a small cost, can have huge ramifications. This guy usually ends up being good because in the later game you can do a lot of damage and not take a whole lot, and it doesn't matter how much you take as long as you kill him without dying, because you get your health back up. So I'm going to take him and him. He's my only, like, super big creature right now. Let's see. This guy's alright if you get him in the mid-game, because then you'll get money for the late game. But you can't really fight him early on without having to, like, toss something and take 5 damage. So that's rough. It's a hard choice. But I think I'll go with it. There's two different kinds of remove. If a card says remove weapon, then if you have one and you do the card, it's going to take it away. However, with remove, if you don't have the thing that it takes away, it still procs the card. So if I play that and I don't have a weapon, I'll still get 3 gold. If it says spend, however, like spend weapon 3 gold, then I have to have a weapon for the card to activate. So like this Dust Devil says spend your weapon. If I don't have a weapon when I kill it, then it's not going to activate the rival losing 1 base attack. So let's see. This increases my weapon durability. I've only got 3 in the deck right now, and we're almost done. So I don't actually have a whole lot of weapons here. This guy doesn't do much. Let's get some card draw, and we will increase our durability, because those cards are the Chaotic Sword, and it's only got 2 durability. That's 2 hits. Either 1 big guy or 2 medium-sized guys will go down from that. I still have no healing outside the stack of sharks. Since it doesn't give an actual like heart for healing, it doesn't count. But if I go down to 15 health, that's considered mortal, 15 and below. And if I double it, that'll get me back up to 30. So as long as I use it just as I hit that 15 threshold, I'll be fine. But that's a little concerning. So I'm gonna get you and another weapon. This guy's pretty cool. That's cool. All of these are pretty neat. 6, that'd do 12 damage. Oh, pulverize would be pretty nice with that longsword. I've got plenty of gold, so I shouldn't have to worry about this stuff now. Karam is a huge hate card. Spending a weapon to get rid of 2 base attack off of my enemy is a gigantic power play. If I do that at the beginning of a turn, then they most likely didn't expect to lose that much attack power. Say they started it at 2, and they went up to 3, and then I spin that, and they go back down to 1, you just went from maybe taking 4 damage from an enemy attacking you once to taking 12 damage from them attacking you 3 times. So it messes up people pretty good. I don't have a lot of weapons to chuck to it though. So I also don't think I'll want the pulverize. So let's get this and this. Gets me another weapon. And, ooh, this card. If you have a weapon in your hand and you get another one, it gets overridden. They don't like combine together and you don't get to keep the one that's higher. So this card would actually mess up a similar deck, because if someone was trying to do a deck where they get a weapon and they build it up to make a super one, and I go, I'm going to get a 1-1 and you have a 1-1, then they lose that entire super weapon so they can hold their little 1-1 sword now. So this is a pretty amazing card just because it ruins the mirror match, and if I just need to do 1 extra damage, I can use that too. This is a nice card for hating on decks that use a lot of armor, so I'll grab that just in case I go against someone like that. Work Order's pretty amazing for the same reason that other card I said earlier, except this time it's a little variable. You spend your weapon and add that weapon attack and 2 health to the creature. So whereas this guy does 1 health and 3 attack, I could say have this longsword equipped and it's got 6 attack, so it would add 6 and 2 health. So say you were going up against this greater demon and you had 3 attack. You know it's going to take 2 turns, so you're going to expect to take 8 damage. But you throw that on there and use the sword, it's going to have a 14 attack and 7 health, so you kill them. They're dead. There's almost no way out of that. So this card's amazing. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take the penguin sheep because earlier I got that 1 potion, that one. So if I use this to get the 5 gold and then turn around and use 4 of it to do that, I net base attack. On top of that, it's just a nice card. Alright, I do have ships, so Mufasa. Wait, do I have ships? Yeah, I have 1 ship. Oh, well, all of these are huge guys, so I most likely will not fight a lot of it. I don't want to get 2 of them because I already have some rather big hearts over here. That one's not too bad. Remove 4 health from my next creature and deal 4 damage to my rival. So I think I'll have to do that in the ship's Mufasa. And the last one is always a rare pick. So I think I'll have to go for the Abyssal Whip because it's pretty amazing. I don't really need a whole lot of money, but Yelps is nice in the early game since you usually will have... I don't know, he's actually pretty good throughout the entire game because after you get up to a certain amount of money, then you'll spin down, and just as you get to 8 or right below that, you can fight him and get your money back up. Pretty good. Mortal gaining 2 base attacks, also pretty nice though. Since I don't really have money problems, I get the feeling Yelps isn't as good as a play as this, because I would expect the way I built this deck to not kill people in the early part of the game. I expect this to go to the end, where you have to like smack each other around. So let's do these 2 at the bottom. Now I've got 16 supports and 14 creatures. It's a pretty well balanced deck. See, I've got 3 lives, so every time I lose a life. And then, I guess I can't see that. It'll show my rewards whenever we do this. So we're gonna go into a game. Every game is broken up into 5 chapters. Each chapter has 4 slots where you fit a card. And then your character plays through those 4 slots, and then you move on to the next one. Which means if you want to do anything that counterplays the other person, you have to really think ahead, look at their economy, know what they're doing. Sometimes, just based off the way the game is, it seems incredibly lucky. There is some strategy to it, but it can be really hard to know what's going to happen on the first turn.
Fine, second it is.
I also feel like going second is a huge inhibitor here, since also you place your 4 cards down and you can't really counterplay. So the person that goes first, you cannot rebut that first. And if you try to do something on the last turn, because they can't rebut whatever you do at the very end of the turn, then you can't be assured it'll work. Because if anything happened earlier in that turn to mess up your last play, then it won't go off. So I feel like going second is a huge disadvantage. This character draws cards and casts spells a lot, so I don't expect armor to be a huge play. I might play against something big here. So if I get a big card, I'm going to leave that there. Rance is good, that's good. So I'm going to get rid of that, keep card draw, and get rid of her, because I don't have a ship right now. Let's see what cards I get. Alright, not bad. It's not the worst.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
It's nice to meet you too. So I could take 5 damage to get armor, effectively putting me 3 down. Get enough to kill that in 1 shot. If I do this, I'll have 6 attack at the start of 1 turn. Or
I must think
6.
fast.
Need 4, so that'll take 10 to do 7. So if I do this, then I'm going to remove 4 health off of that, take 10, that's going to do 4, and then I'll mortal to get all of that health back and be ahead 8 gold. And that should go well, but we'll see what she pulls out, because most likely I might kill myself here. It was not a good opening hand. Usually you don't want to take this much damage early on, because if they do any little thing to mess you up, then you're probably going to die. I just imagine since they're a rookie, they might not know exactly what they're doing, and I won't get messed up too bad. Ooh. I did my math wrong there. I don't know why I thought I was going to do more damage to the Grotworm. So I'm going to take 15? No, I'm going to take 10, that's right. I didn't do my math wrong. Getting all caught up, I'm camera shy. And we'll go back up to 24. So, looking pretty good. We have 5 gold. I can buy almost everything in the deck, including the big swords that I want to use. I might just take the 5 damage from this wolf to draw more cards. Ooh, okay. So they've got this 1/1 weapon, which is basically giving them a temporary 1 attack boost for 1 turn. I could give 1 health and 3 attack to their next creature. If it's something that's only got 3 health, they're going to waste that and take a hit they didn't expect. But if it's got 3 health, it's probably not got a lot of attack to it. They may also cast a spell or do something early on with that 1 gold, but I doubt it. Usually you want to save up your money so that you could do something with it. So I would expect them to fight a bunch of creatures, but the first one isn't going to be that great. Since I go second, that means their second or third one will be affected by my first cast.
That's nice.
So we're going to throw that in there, and hopefully they blow their first hit on something, and then get the money from it, spend it to try to fight something big, and we're going to buff it up. And then after that, I'm going to take 5 to get a 2/2, and then take
I'm ready.
2 more damage, so that's going to be 7 damage, knocking me down to 16. Damn it. Alright. It's not 15. We'll see if she does any damage to me this turn, then I'll go down below 15, and then I can use that. Alright, so I took a little damage from that. Let's see what I'm going to buff with this, if I buff anything at all.
Young citizen.
I do, and it was a big creature at the end. So now it's a 9/7. He's got 4 attacks, so it's going to take 3 hits to kill, and he'll take 14 damage as is. Okay, swapped it around. So now it's going to be a 9/7. Still take... oh, it's only going to take 1 hit, so he'll take 9 damage from it. It's not terrible. I didn't foresee the weapon and attack swapping, but it still turned out in our favor. A 2-cost card ended up doing 9 damage where he expected to take none. So we look pretty good coming out of that.
I have low health. I must be careful.
Since I am in the mortal state right now, I'm going to go ahead and gain 2 base attack. I don't think she's going to reduce my base attack down, and I'm not going to wait for the penguin sheet because, well, to be honest, I guess I don't have any more health gain. So I don't want to waste that. I don't have anything to straight up attack her. I guess I could do that. Alright, I'm going to gain 2 base attack and go up to 6. If he uses that, I don't want to give him 1. 4.
Yep, I'm ready.
How can I be of service, friend of Alkalit?
So I'm going to gain 2 base attack and go up to a total of 4. That's going to do that and go up to 10. So I'll take 6 and go down to 3. So if I take 3 damage before getting to this, I'm dead. So 3 damage throughout the course of the turn. That seems incredibly risky. But I'm going to have to do it. I just have to hope that since he's got no gold, he's probably not going to do damage, but this character does have 0 cost attack spells. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. I don't really know what else. Oh, nope, that's it. Alright, well there's 3 damage, so I'm dead, unless he kills himself somehow. Kinda sucks. You have to play this out. I mean, I could leave the match, but that kinda seems like a dick move.
Welcome.
Since you get
It is good to see you again.
daily quest stuff for completing things.
Welcome. It is good to see you again.
Ooh, that would have been a nice counter to this play too. I would have ended up dying for sure.
This armor is of the hybrid style.
So for our first dungeoneer, or delve into the dungeon, didn't go too well. Too bad.
I'll be back with more weapons.
back with more weapons. Most likely. That wasn't a bad game. I don't think I played it awful, and I don't think they did anything particularly mess me up. That was like a death of 1,000 pets, just because they did a lot of poke and I didn't pick up a lot of health when I was drafting. We're doing the mirror match. I've got a little hate for that. That's nice.
Fine.
This is a very
Second it is.
gold-intensive hand. Alright, I'm just going to redo all of these except for this guy, just because I know she's going to be using a lot of weapons, and if she has to spend one extra turn on an enemy, then that might mess up the entire pace for the rest of the chapter. So, using that card early on, I can almost ensure one chapter will be messed up for him. Oh, these are all huge. Oh. Okay.
I must think fast.
I don't like the armor guy. He's probably not going to help out this whole time. And since I'm going second, I'm at a disadvantage again, which sucks. If I just pass the turn, I'm going to draw 3 on the next. 10's the maximum hand size, so that's not bad. If I fight this, I'll go down to 6 cards, but go up to 2, so 8. I'll end up missing one of my card draw unless I fight something else. I don't want to do that, so we're just going to pass.
I should play some cards.
I'll just wait until the next turn and see what I get then. Might be something to help deal with the big cards in my hand. Ooh, that's rough.
Ow!
You know what, yeah. For the sake of brevity, I'm just going to quit there.
I'll be back.
I could have gotten my potion that gives me 2 base attack if I have 1 base attack, or possibly just gotten some 0 cost cards that I could use to kill enemies to get me back up to a better level. But that means I was going to be drug out. I got a turn 1 where I couldn't do anything, and on top of that I was going to start the second turn with 1 base attack, not including any other things they might have done to me. It was going to be a long, arduous uphill battle, and I didn't feel like playing it out. Just play another one, and hopefully I win 1. As long as you win 1 game in the dungeon, you get a booster pack of 5 cards. If you get to round 5, then you start getting crafting crystals that let you make new cards. And every victory between those gives you copper, and it takes 1,500 copper to enter the dungeon. Usually I can get to the end of the first round, which is 4, before losing, but I'm terrible at drafting, just to be straight up honest. If I get to build a deck, I can do pretty fine. I get to play test it and work it out and make sure everything's balanced how I want.
Sure, I can go first.
Alright, we got a good combo off the start by having the sheep and the balm. I can also make sure I get the mortal 2 base attack from fighting the grotworm. It's going to take 5 hits to kill it, so 4 of those, 4 times 5 is going to be 20, because it's not going to attack on the last one. So I would take 20 damage, go down to 10, and then gain 2 base attack. Fight that. This actually isn't that bad of a hand. I'm just gonna redo that one. Now I'm gonna need a weapon. I need to make sure I've got something in my hand. I'll have plenty of money. But this is fine. So let's go down.
I must think fast.
And hope they don't fuck me up in that time. Yep. Alright, let's hope we don't get destroyed, because I'm going to go up in damage really quick, which is going to make the rest of the game much easier. The only problem is, I'm going to take 21 damage by the end of this. If she does 9 to me on this turn, I'm dead. I don't expect to take 9 damage from this character, but it could happen. It's not outside the realm of possibilities. Alright, yep, they're just setting up for a strong mid-game. Asphyxiate does damage to the rival based off the attack of their next creature. I think it does double their attack? Yeah. So if I were to put out a 2-2, it would do 4 damage to me. Which means I have to attack this first, and probably not drop down any other creatures. Since I'm going first this game, they can't respond to whatever the first thing I do is.
I must be careful.
So I'm gonna hit that. And this.
Yep, I'm ready.
I don't want to take... Yeah, you know what? We'll do it. I'm going to go up to 15 health. I'm probably going to take 4 damage from this. Unless they wait and do it on their third turn, in which case I'll take 6. Either way, it's not so bad. But if I get rid of one of their base attack, and they aren't expecting it for like the last turn or something, could mess them up pretty good. I also want to get more cards in my hand because I'm down to 1, and I'm just going to draw 3 on the next turn. And I don't expect armor to ever really be a factor here, so I need to fill up my hand a little better, even if I have to take 2 damage for it. They're pretty low on health, and she does have a lot of spike damage. Alright, as I thought, I'm going to take 4 damage from that. It's expected. However, let's hope she didn't expect to lose 1 base attack on this. Alright, she's getting a big weapon, which hopefully means she's going to have to spend more time on this enemy than they expected and lose durability they didn't want. Oh, it doesn't look like they're fighting anything. This'll Whip's good because it steals life from my next creature. Even though it's an 8 cost, I'm gonna get 6 health back if I like fight this guy. So it's multifaceted. It lets me get a lot more out of it. The only problem is if I use that when I'm at full health, you don't get anything. And oh man, I don't want to play these outright because I want to use that.
I might not have enough gold.
Shit. Alright, staying alive is the most important thing, so I'm going to double my health right off the bat and go up to 18 health. I don't really want to do that, but it is more than feasible to expect her to do 9 damage on turn 3 with what she has. So that's not out of the question. And I can make 3 gold back. So yeah, I'm just going to do that for this turn. See what she does with her turn. Get some cards into her hand. Trying to counter me by adding health to all my creatures, but since I didn't play anything else, it didn't matter. She is playing armor. It's not a whole lot. Like, usually when you play this armor hate guy, it's because they've got like 20 or 30 armor and they're playing cards that are like, spend so much armor, do this cool thing, or do damage based off of how much armor you have. Alright, so I did get that right back. So I'm going to swap the health of my next creature. Do that. It's a 0 cost, so I don't have to worry about losing gold. Hope that she doesn't play some kind of creature hate card on the first one, because if I take 10 damage, that is a whole lot right now.
How can I be of service?
We get a little extra gold. Go up to 7. In chapter 4. Do I want 3 random pirates, or do I want to almost guarantee I can get the Abyssal Whip on the next turn? I'm feeling like the whip is the most important play.
Yep,
So I'm
ready.
gonna stop there. Ooh.
The purge is
Okay, he didn't do enough, or she didn't do enough to overthrow my attack threshold. So maybe we'll kill that really quick again. That's fine. Goes down to 1 attack and got another asphyxiate, so I have to look out for that on my next turn.
It is good
If
to
I
see you
don't
again.
attack a creature on the first turn, I should expect asphyxiate to be played. Since I want to grab 6 health off the next creature, I have to basically ensure that.
I must prepare for battle.
Okay. I didn't get something that gives me gold,
I've got
but
some stock stored
I
away.
mean a creature that gives me gold. But I got that.
Yep, I'm ready.
Even if I lifesteal from that, I'm not going to get the full 6. And I'll most likely get asphyxiated, which means I'm going to take 6 damage from it. So the lifesteal isn't going to factor in here. It's still my highest attack thing. It gives me 3 turns of +6. So I should put that down there. I'm going to use that and that for the mid. Just in case on their last 2 turns they play a creature, I'll get to use the work order on it. Since they're both 0 cost, that shouldn't affect that. And I think that is the best play I can do for now. Now let's do that. That's the best play. I don't think she's got money manipulation, so I shouldn't have to worry about losing that. The only way this character would manipulate my money is if you use pirates. Pirates are cards that any character class can use, so it's not too far-fetched for someone to use that. Let's hope this card up here is a creature. It does look like it's a creature, so let's see what I do to it. She did a lot of damage to the health, so it's going to die automatically anyway. Oh! Well, they got rid of my weapon. Good play. The only problem is they've still only got 1 attack. So it's going to take them 18 turns to kill me, but it's only going to take me 5 attacks to hit them, to kill them. So I get to win this one. Oh, I forgot to explain. At the end of the 5th chapter, you just slugfest it out, and whoever
If you
wins
jump into the
wins.
furnace, expect to get burned.
And that's how this game works. There's a bunch of different characters, they all have their own themes and whatnot, but that took a lot to get my first win down here. Almost didn't get anything out of this dungeon run, but I'm not going to make you sit through another one of those. This deck isn't that great because, again, I'm terrible at drafting. I don't know exactly what I'm doing when I have to select 5 cards at a time 15 times in a row, because I'm like, oh, at the beginning I want to do this because these are the cards I've got. And then you don't get any part of the combo for the rest of it, so then you just end up twiddling your fingers and going, well, hopefully something cool happens with this half-ass deck. But oh well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.